What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel for your daily update around what's going on with Terraluna Classic. We're going to be talking about the burns and the validation and verification of the burn address. You are not going to want to miss it. Before we get into this video though, 86% of the people that watch these videos have not subscribed to the channel. It's a simple click of the button. Make sure you hit the bell notification so you know every day that when we upload a video and when we go live on an evening. And equally, make sure you give it a thumbs up if you like this content. So let's jump into what we've got with this video. Well, look, the price 5994 at the time of recording this. We are seeing a nice little breakout in line with what we're seeing in Bitcoin and particularly across the rest of the market. Now, we have seen a slight increase in volume over the last 24 hours. Remember yesterday when we were talking about this, we were down around that kind of 170, 180 billion. We're at 256 billion in volume today. Now, we can see that the market is recovering. We can see on the technicals that we're in a neutral zone right now. So we're kind of, people are buying, people are selling, and people are kind of waiting to see what happens. You can see we've sort of had this nice little move. We are looking at the 4-hour chart. So really strong 4-hour candle. And it's going to be a real test to see what happens over the next kind of 24 hours with Bitcoin and equally the market. So let's get into the meat of this video and equally what we've had from Raider 70. If you don't know who Raider 70 is, he is one of the core developers on the Terra Rebels community. He is, one of the people that have taken over ownership and development of the Luna Classic blockchain. We've seen incredible amounts of implementation and a real desire both from the community and equally this development team to really start to move this. So we can say, okay, I have the final answers on the TFL, and if you don't know what that is, the Terraform Labs published burn address, which I can confirm is legitimate. Now, a lot of people were talking about this when we saw the big push in the community burn program, if you like. There was loads of people that were questioning whether this was one of Dick One's wallet, whether it was like a kind of hack, whatever wallet, and they can now be confirmed that it is a programmatically generated module address within the Cosmos SDK for the burn module itself and was not generated by a wallet. So that's pretty big news because we've seen a substantial amount of tokens go to this burn address and we can check on that wallet and where it sits currently at the minute. But it's good to know that it is a genuine programmatically generated module address. I ran the classic Cortex Treasury Keeper burn account test.go with the debugger to capture the generated address of the burn module in hex format. If you're a developer, you understand what that means. And you can see the burn address is that. And I can then convert it into a bench 32, which takes us into kind of the address that we currently have, which is this address here. So we can see on the last week, we've burnt 75.98 million tokens. Now, if we look for the month, we're at 414.7 million and 2.79 million USD tokens. Now, some of you might be thinking, oh, well, that's quite a substantial amount, but obviously that was the one that was pegged. So it isn't as much as we would like to have thought. Now, when we look at total burned supply, we are at 1.07 G, which is a significant amount. You can see here, that's in May 2022 and June. So this is obviously on the back of the collapse. And then where we are in this month as well. So a significant amount of burn. Obviously, we do have to recognize over 6,500 billion tokens were minted at the point of the crash. So it's going to take some time. I don't think anyone is under any illusion that this is going to take some time. The positive is, again, to reiterate that we do have a validation of this burn address that is a legitimate burn address where the tokens are going and not doing anything else, which I think is pretty big. And then secondly, here's the kind of big thing. Mexi really wanting to burn these tokens, really wanting to kind of be a big part in this. We can see here every single day Mexi is burning these tokens. We can see just on today alone 2.557 million tokens have been burnt. Now we are seeing supply reduce. We sort of get the odd pump, but at the same time Mexi continuing to try and burn it. Now there's lots of questions about Binance and whether they would do it. And here's the thing, burning your own tokens, sending your own tokens, I would absolutely say that's not the right thing to do. People have already lost a significant amount of money, and you as an individual and as a community, you could argue that it will do it, but ultimately you're not going to get everyone in it. Where I think the real desire should land is things like Mexi, things like Binance, where if people are trading Luna or they're spot trading Luna, that's where the burn mechanism should be. So how Mexi do, any of the fees that come from trading on those two pairs, Luna and I think it's UST, are used then to burn the token. So I think if anything, we should absolutely be trying to get Binance and these other big exchanges that are still trading Luna to use some of their fees to reduce the supply. It would go a long way to supporting the people who have lost a significant amount of money and would really support the ecosystem of Terraluna Classic. Now, what I do think is really interesting, if you want me to take a look quickly, it just broke the sixes. The Luna 2.0, this is the Daquan Terraform Labs, I guess, one they really wanted. We're not seeing what we saw. 19.7k in volume is very, very low. And I think the big question here is how much longer will this continue? How long will the 2.0 chain go? I'm going to do some videos, and if you are, and you do want me to do some videos, please drop in the comments down below that you'd want to see a couple of Terra 2.0 videos and digging into a little bit about what's going on. But the summary, we've got a validation of the burn address, which is perfect. We are starting to see the supply move. We are seeing some more developments. If you're not in the Discord, I will leave a link to the description to join the Terra Rebels Discord, because there is a ton of information in there. But let me know in the comments down below what you think of everything in this video. Please consider subscribing to the channel. I genuinely appreciate it. We are on our way to 6,000, and then the next milestone is 10k, baby. Have a great evening. I'll see you all tomorrow.